What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the first episode of Hayfield Garage, where we tear down LsBluu and remake it into LsBluu 2.0, quote unquote, so on so, whatever. We have got a lot of work to do ahead of us to get this thing ready for the adventures that it's going to go on next year. Today's video, we're going to be tearing it apart. We're going to be removing all the parts that I don't need. We're going to weigh a lot of these parts just to see what they weigh and how much weight we're losing. Some parts I won't weigh because I don't have them, like the hood. I know how much that weighs though. There's a YouTube channel called Run's Garage on YouTube, and he has an S10 and he has weighed a lot of things for S10s, especially second gens. And we're going to use his numbers that he calculated for some parts that I remove. Now, some things might be different, some things will be the same. We're just going to have to go with it and get a rough idea of how much weight that we drop on the S10. The S10, without me in it, full race weight, ready to go, nitrous bottle included, and tailgate, everything, weighed 3160. Now I'm hoping we can drop it down to around the 3100 mark, or maybe even dip into the 3000s. Of course, myself weighs about 200 pounds, so if we can have a truck race weight of about 3300, let's see, no, I don't math, 3,400 or less pounds with me in it, then that would be awesome. But let's get to stripping and removing parts, get some parts off and sold, and get ready to go fast. First thing that we're going to do, just because, is we're going to remove these windshield wipers because we don't need those with this hood. We're going to remove the cowl and do away with it. I've had a lot of S10s, but this is the first time I've ever been inside the cowl and had the wiper assembly removed. It's pretty tight up in there. For the longest time, I've wanted to take these inner fender wells out, but I've always kind of driven the truck on the street, so I didn't really want everything to get covered in, you know, road grime, but now's the time. They're coming out. Long-winded ass. Hello. Hello, g'day. Well, that exposes quite a bit. Exposes my lovely grinder work. Oh wow, this phone camera. My grinder work there. We need better lighting in here. But, well, lots of wires, lots of room now. I'm not gonna lie, some of this, like, that Mountain Dew bottle, I've been there for 2 years or so, maybe 3. This, I mean, it's kind of rinky-dink, but I kind of worked hard on that, and I don't really want to see it go, but it's going. All right, so this fabricated coater intake, it's time for it to go. All right, so I'm stopping everything of what I'm doing. I don't want to do it anymore. I hired a new mechanic, and he's going to take over. He gets paid by the catnip. He's going to do the work from now on. And it doesn't look like he's gotten very far. So you need to get to work, buddy. vlog. We got the inner fender wells removed. Ain't that right, girl? And there's a lot more room for activities in here now. I wish my camera would pick up this lighting. I might go pick up some lights right after this and get some better lighting in here, because that does okay and these do okay, but collectively they don't do very good. Hey, and just like that, we have all kinds of light in here, and it's pitch black outside. Picked up some lights from Walmart, so now we can see everything. All my disaster here. All right, so right here we've got one of the most sought after pieces of S10 pieces there is. The good old non-AC S10 heater box. And I was corrected, it is a 10mm. Trying to find the bolts. There's one right there. It looks like a deep well. Deep well it is. An inconvenience to me, I don't have the appropriate extensions to take the bottom bolt of the fender out, so we're gonna have to stop on this and move on until I can get an extension. Managed to stink up the garage with gasoline. Now I gotta let it air out. Intake's about ready to come off. This intake has not been off this truck since like March of 2019. So I'm not really sure what's underneath of it. Probably a bunch of garbage, but it's been on there for that long. The 150 shot jets have been in there since right after that, in like September of 2019 when I put the kit on. And nothing's been changed. It's just been a very effective system. And this wiring is just getting redone. All right, so intake removal. All right, intake is ready to come off. How are we gonna do this? Try to do it without spilling. Let's go. Popped out of there. The vacuum line. I should just be able to grab a hold of it somewhere. Okay, just like that. Oh. All right, intake is off. Well, boy, do we have a mess here. I can tell this engine has got a little bit of blow by it. If you look down in there, there might have been a little gas seat down in there, but not bad, not bad. Look at all, you can see all the brown. The brown is from, like, it's literally everywhere. All that is when this truck got first swapped. Look at this, all the brown. When this truck got first swapped, this radiator hose fell back into this pulley and got shredded and literally front to back doused everything. This entire engine was soaked with that brown mist. And we're gonna try to fix all that while we got it apart, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. We're gonna call this part 1, episode 1. Next one will be part 2, episode 2 of Hayfield Garage. I don't have a scale. My scale broke, literally broken. Next video, we'll rip the wiring harness out, we'll weigh everything, and then we'll start pulling parts off the motor and see how the engine looks and, you know, see what kind of shape it's in. We're gonna take the dash out, remove the AC stuff, the heater core, and everything, get it ready for a roll cage, and just try to drop some weight. We'll weigh everything. I don't really care what the dash weighs because the dash is staying. I'll probably try to keep the radio and the speakers. But that's gonna be all for this episode of Hayfield Garage. I'm your host, Dr. Hayfield. Make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see it.